Well, hi there. This is what I call the games of Christmas past. Kids of the season. It's Sonic Heroes. It's the PS2. I got this game for Christmas when I was 7, and I can play in 60 hertz now, if the stream can handle the frame rate change. 30 FPS, imagine that. Yes, this might be a series. I don't know if I can be bothered. It's a lot of effort to actually think about doing any of this. This is my introduction to this generation of games when I was a lad. I played this game for 89 hours, as you can see here. I don't know why I used to play on the second file more than the first one, but I never actually finished the game when I first played it. We're going to start a brand new file. And yeah, for this stream at least, I would like to finish the Team Sonic story. I don't know if I'm going to play this whole game on the stream. It'll take multiple streams if I do. This game quite infamously basically just requires you to play the exact same game 4 times in a row. Are there even any settings that I want to do right now? Yeah. Okay. Right. So I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. It's not very good. It's actually not very good. But when's that ever stopped any 7-year-old from falling in love with the first game they played on a console for the first time? We're just going to jump straight in. The third voice line in the game getting cut off by the screen fading out. We just love to see it. I thought this game was so cool when I first saw it. This is the game that made me find out that the PlayStation 2 even existed. I was literally talking about this the other day for some reason. Like, this game is not sort of the reason that most people probably heard of the PS2 for the first time, but oh dear. Okay, I'm going to skip the cutscenes. This is my original disc. This is turning 19 years old. This exact disc and this exact console. I'm pretty sure the gameplay is all fine, but I might have to skip some of these CG cutscenes, unfortunately. But here we go. We're in the game. Oh, it's just how I remember it. I often feel like it's not been very long since I played this game, but I realised, because oh dear. Okay. I lost my connection there for a second. Hopefully that's not a problem. I mean, it came back. That's a pretty good sign. The game kept running. I don't think the stream even dropped. I think I think that was my capture card. Oh dear. I haven't streamed from my PS2 yet. This is my first time streaming from this system. I thought I'd tested it. But you know, it's appropriate. If there's ever going to be a game where my recording and my stream breaks down, it only makes sense that it would be with this game. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit rude here. This is Sonic Heroes. I'm just playing the game now. Maybe I meant to kind of introduce the game a bit more, but I didn't. I just started playing. So this is one of the many candidates for a game that could be called Sonic Adventure 3. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were well loved in their day. They're a little bit less well loved nowadays, unless you're cool and you still like them. This game was the first Sonic game to be on the PS2 and the Xbox for that matter. Also on the GameCube. It was kind of designed for the GameCube. The GameCube version is the best version. I do not own the GameCube version. I only own this version. So this is what I'm used to. This is the way I'm used to this game playing and looking. I actually still think it looks quite nice. I like the colours. I like the sort of smooth, like way too smooth yet like still kind of like pixely and jerky kind of graphic style. Style is a big word for that. chugged a bit on that, getting to that voice line there.
Here we go. Yes.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm sort of on autopilot here. The point of this game, as you can probably see, you control 3 characters at the same time. You can switch between which one you're controlling at the press of a button. Here we're playing as Team Sonic, so Sonic is our speed character, where the characters are all lined up behind each other. Knuckles is our power, where the characters all line up next to each other. And Tails is your flight, where they stand on top of each other and you can fly. And you can sort of shoot your teammates at the enemies. Sonic has the homing attack. And I think, I don't know if they intend for you to use the speed character for sort of dealing with most enemies, but I have to say, that's what I do when I'm playing this, most of the time. My capture card is not particularly liking this. I just got another card, but I'm watching the stream here. I don't think I'm getting it on the recording, so hopefully this is okay. This is all okay. I just might make some weird mistake at some point because I can't see what I'm doing sometimes, but
Looks like we can use that.
I'm going to make that as my problem as much as I can. If it becomes unplayable, it'll be a shame, but I've got backups that I can maybe try and do. So anyway, that's the point of this game. The sort of gimmick here is you switch between the 3 members of your team to do different things as the level sort of demands. The 3 little dots that you can see kind of under each character here is their level, which does nothing for sort of how much damage they can take. It's still a Sonic game. You still, you know, collect all your rings. If you take a hit, you lose all your rings. There's a lot of sound cutouts going on here.
Sonic take care of this.
This is all original hardware. I'm not emulating this.
Wow, my head's spinning.
I thought the disc looked alright. I'm not known this to have any real problems, but oh dear, I may be about to be sort of shown up for my lack of experience with this sort of thing. But I didn't think this would be a problem.
Blast away!
It's actually Team Blast. That's like a sort of screen nuke, essentially. And here we go, end of the level. I'm not going to be doing this game sort of 100%, at least not on the stream. I might not be playing the game any more than this, if this freezes anything to go by. Oh dear. Well, this was perhaps bound to happen eventually. Well, oh, there it is. Oh my god. No, we're going to persevere with this. I stood up ready to go and reset the console or something.
That was tight!
But we're going to persevere with this, and we shall see if we can continue playing this game. I am determined to do my best here and try and play as much of this as I can get. It's frozen for me again now as well. This is not a brilliant sort of advert for there's nothing to do with the game. This is what happens when you're streaming on real hardware sometimes. I can hear it going. Oh dear. What a shame. Here we go. You just gotta wait. You just gotta wait. You gotta be patient, you know? This is an old game. This game is 20 years old. My copy is 19 years old. It's not quite 20, it's not reached 20 just yet, but it's getting there. And I try and take decent care of it, but I did get this game when I was like 7. There's only such good care a 7-year-old can take of their things.
A sea palace!
Looks like
Sea Palace.
robots are here too.
I'm ready to take them out!
Got that voice line eventually. Yeah, so I just have a lot of... The reason that I'm sort of playing this game now is obviously getting to 20 years now since I got my copy of this. No, 19, sorry. got this game for Christmas 2004, and I was just feeling a bit nostalgic for sort of games I got for Christmases when I was little. So I got this game, alongside my PS2, 2004. I have like a specific memory that PS2s were really rare for that Christmas because there was like some sort of issue about like the ship that was like transporting all the consoles from wherever they're sort of manufactured. I don't think it was from Japan. I think it was like Hong Kong or something. But yeah, so I didn't think I was going to get one, and then it was a real surprise when I opened it. That's a really sort of nice memory that I have. I got this game, and I got Simpsons Hit and Run, and what I didn't get was a memory card. So I know the first few stages of this game really, really well, which is a story that I think kind of anybody who got a PS1 or a PS2 for when they were little probably has some sort of memory a bit like that. I'm cutting out a lot here. I still think this is my capture card making the cutscene because I'm not seeing it on the stream. The technical issues are a real shame here. Because when it's working, it's actually playing quite well.
Must be my lucky day.
Like I say, this is still the only version of this game I've ever played, so I don't know really how. All I know is that this is the worst version of the game, and I can tell you why, but I can't tell you how it's supposed to be on the better versions. See what I mean? So I know that other versions of the game don't have a sort of more stable frame rate. I know that the sort of control issues that I certainly know to be a part of this game are less of a factor, especially on the GameCube. But I cannot imagine how this game actually feels if you're playing it properly. And it's like a lot of things. I almost don't want to know, because if I find out exactly what I've been kind of dealing with for my entire life, I'll just be sad about it. So I'm happy playing this sort of relatively infamously bad version of this game, which is already sort of not particularly well regarded these days. Although I don't know, it used to be worse regarded. Like for a long time, people just sort of. I'm not going into argument. I don't want to get into arguments about this sort of thing. Like my days of arguing strongly on the internet about Sonic the Hedgehog are long behind me. But it used to be that this was just an acceptable answer for the absolute worst game in the series. I don't see so many people saying that anymore. And I wasn't sort of on the internet enough for discussion of this to kind of predate Sonic 06 or anything. I just sort of think. I think opinion of this game, as far as I'm aware, is just that it's not particularly special and not perhaps a worthy follow-up to Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 if you still like those games. Some people still do. I still like those games as well. This game doesn't really do any of the things that the adventure games do. It's a sequel because, I said it was like a candidate for Sonic Adventure 3 because of the story technically continues on from it, although you wouldn't know it from playing Team Sonic's story, which is all I kind of ever planned to do with tonight's stream here. Because Team Sonic's story doesn't really have a story. I can actually tell you this now because I had to skip the cutscene, unfortunately. But you didn't really miss much. It's basically, as far as we're aware, the opening cutscene is basically just Eggman has sent Team Sonic a letter saying, "I'm going to conquer the world in 3 days," and it's just like just run and stop thing. It's a very traditionally structured game as well. It's like one of the only 3D Sonic games to do this sort of classic 2D Sonic structure. So this was Ocean Palace, stage 1 was Seaside Hill, but technically, if you want to think about it, they were 2 acts of the same zone. And just like in sort of Sonic 2, Sonic 3, we are going to go and fight the boss now of sort of Zone 1, I suppose you'd say.
Perfect. respect.
Oh, okay, you can say voice line. There you go. We've got 2 A ranks. I'm not even sure I was meaning to do that. I'm not. This is not going to be a standard. I'm not sort of amazing at this game. I've never got all the emblems or anything. I have, I've beaten the game. I got all the Chaos Emeralds and I've done the final boss in the past. It took me a very long time to get that far. Because I used to get stuck on this game a lot when I was really little. And then one day I was just like, I'm going to look up how to actually complete this game. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go.
Stop your futile efforts. You'll just make fools of yourself.
I'm intrigued by how this is going here.
I think you got that backwards.
Wouldn't be surprised if the game does just completely die at some point, based on how this is going so far. But I'm intrigued, to say the least, by what's happening right now, where it eventually loads.
Not ready to give up just yet.
That's the spirit, Tails.
Oh dear, that was my fault.
Leave it to me. Dave! Dave!
Got it. Initiate rotary attack. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Yeah, so these bosses are basically just kind of button mashes a lot of the time. I think there's like a... I mean, I don't actually know if... I'm probably doing the dumbest possible strategy for beating this boss here. But as I recall, this is how I used to do it, certainly. I think that's probably something you can do with... Can you, like, stun it? Yeah, that's what I get for trying to actually do what it's trying to make me do here. It's good music, though. It's always good music. It's a Sonic game.
Got it. Initiate rotary attack.
Oh, Christ.
What's the matter, Eggman? Got nothing left?
There we go. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, as they say, shit rock.
All right.
You can make your own mind up about whether I said what I definitely said. I don't know what you're supposed to be saying when he punches. But if I'd have had a level up on that, you would have heard shit rock, yeah. Ah. I said I wasn't going to get all A rank. There was supposed to be a quote there.
Ready for the junk pile.
But, there you go. I said there was supposed to be a quote. How intriguing that this is how this is going. This is not how I thought this would go. I remember this disc not being such a problem, but I don't know. I deleted the save file that I last played this, and I've discovered that it was like 10 years old in itself. So it's possible that I haven't played this game in like 10 years, which doesn't feel quite right, but I don't know. Maybe it is true. Maybe this disc is just slowly deteriorating. That would be a little bit sad for me, if that is what's happening. But it's certainly a well-loved disc. Let's put it that way. Although if it does sort of just die at some point, maybe the Ghosts of Christmas Past illusion might actually make a little bit more sense than I meant it to. Maybe you're seeing a PS2 disc spin itself to death live on stream.
Looks like Eggman escaped into the city.
Eggman's robots are taking control of
Oh, look at these!
everything.
Look how vibrant these colours are. It's insane.
Show him the real power of teamwork.
Yeah, that's what the plot is essentially.
Automated energy plant.
Energy plant?
We'll show that creep the real superpower of teamwork. This is a cool stage. You run for these like blue walkways here, like speed you up.
So that's energy flowing through those red pipes.
And it just means that you can go crazy fast, as you can probably imagine.
We're not going there, are we? Yes, we are.
So I think this was sort of during the kind of period of 3D Sonic history where
They're sucking the energy off the road.
the sort of the joke was, aren't Sonic's friends really annoying? Isn't it annoying how they talk all the time? What I will say though is that having 3 of them in the same place does at least make it a bit... It makes sense that they talk, because there's multiple characters in one place. Like sometimes they do just talk to themselves in some of the other games, and that, you know, it's a bit silly. I mean, it's a children's video game, I would expect, but, like, you know what I mean. So yeah, so the thing that this kind of stage introduces here is these push puzzles, which I think at this point only give you bonuses. Oh, I don't need that. Fine, I'll take that. That's an item that refills, or it fills your Team Blast bar all the way to full. Oh, I had a cut there. I lost video. I couldn't see what I was doing. Well, I've just seen on the feed there that I just literally clipped through the ring anyway, so... Not my fault. Not my fault. Therefore, the game is actually still perfect, because I personally didn't see it happen. That's how it's supposed to work. Although, interestingly, I got another cut there at the same point, so maybe there is something sort of repeatable going on here. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if it's to do with what I alluded to at the start of the stream, where I'm playing this on, like... I don't know if it's just the PS2 version. It's definitely just the European version. Lets you pick your refresh rate. So if you have a TV, if you know, that could support a 60Hz signal, it would let you... yeah, you can play it in 60Hz mode, which in practice is 30 FPS, at least on the PS2 version. I think it is actually 50 and 60 FPS on the GameCube version, but it's 25 and 30 on PS2. So, one thing that does, that the frame rate thing does affect, is it makes things like this, different. So yeah, I think when I get those cuts, I've just got another one. I've got 2 in like quick succession there. I think that's my capture card. I think that's the game briefly going back into the 50Hz mode, and my capture card doesn't like it. Again, I tested it going into the menus, but if there's some sort of like dynamic frame rate changing thing going on here, my capture card isn't going to like that, and you can't test that without getting into the game, which, well, maybe I should have done that.
Got it. Yes.
You know, lesson of the series is live and learn, eh? So I'm gonna put up with it as long as I can. It goes for like a second. So as long as I'm not in the middle of something where it's actually important, it shouldn't be a problem. Big words for not actually knowing. It's just happened again. It is. I feel like it won't be getting worse. This is, I don't know, I'm not thrilled about that, if that's going to continue to be a problem. I'm not thrilled about that either. That is an intentional game mechanic. Sonic is level 3 now, which means the homing attack has the tornado effect. And you have to use the tornado for certain things, including you can use it to like get shields off of enemies, you can use it to flip enemies like that. And you can also use the tornado to climb these poles, so at level 3, if you homing attack into them, you just instantly do it. But that meant that I missed the ring box that was sitting at the bottom of the pole. This is all. I don't know if the game actually told you any of this stuff, to be honest. I mean, it probably does, because it's just telling me about how to do this. I know how to do all of this, but I knew the manual for this game inside and out. That's how much I loved this game when I was a kid. And it's pretty this game that... I think this is the thing, right? This is why I'm quite forgiving of some of the dumb, like, Sonic stuff that continues to exist, is because this was the first game that made me, like, really love a Sonic game. I think I'd played Sonic Advance on the GBA before I played this, but I didn't really have an opinion about it. I just thought, like, oh yeah, that's one of the games I have. Like you do when you're a kid, but I saw the ad, like the TV ad for this, and I was like, I want that game, and I want a PS2 to play it on.
All right.
And it delivered for me, at least, at the time. And so as a result, because that was my introduction, essentially, feel like I have a lot of tolerance for some of the dumb stuff this series does sometimes. That might be an A. Wow, why are they even... Okay, instant comedy. I'm sorry about that.
Barely made it.
So you see I've got three different score values for the team. And Tails, basically, I didn't do anything with Tails in that stage. Maybe I can play that off as my comment about an A was actually a joke, because I could clearly see that I hadn't done enough for Tails. It wasn't just that I thought, yeah, 50k looks like a good score. Sorry, it doesn't matter. I think you get an emblem for if you get like an A rank in like every single stage, and that's certainly something I've never done. Definitely not the extra missions as well, because this is all just the story stuff. And then every team for every team in every stage, you can go back into the stage after you've finished it and do a bonus mission. Okay, so this stage, as King Sonic, was where I got stuck for years. If you played this game, you might know what. You can probably guess why. It's because at the end of the stage, you have this like essentially rising lava, like racing against time type thing, which I hope the frame rate stacks up during that. Otherwise, that might be just as much of a bottleneck to me when I'm 26 as it was when I was 7. So stay tuned. You might be in for some interesting. Because maybe I could. No, I won't be. I can't say that I'll actually be able to do it blind if I have to. There's no way. If it's a problem, this might be where this little endeavour has to end, and I'll have to think of something else to stream while I'm already streaming, which is not a situation I relish being in. But it is what it is. Okay, so that's very obviously a glitch where I've just phased through the enemy and into its like lightning stuff. This game is, like I say, not particularly polished, but because I played this when I was young enough that I didn't really know what good games were yet, some of the stuff that is clearly just a problem with this game just still doesn't really like bug me. I'm not gonna like tell you that it's actually a hidden gem or whatever, and like people are being unfair on this game or whatever, but that was my fault. So these items refill your flight gauge here. Can I get to the end of it? Yeah.
Got it. All right. Here we go.
All right. See, when I was little, I never used to use the flying characters very much. Because I was like, oh, what's the point of their attack? It doesn't do anything. And it doesn't when you're at level 0, it doesn't even do any damage, I think, it just stuns enemies. But when you get to level 3, the Thunder Shoot is like the best attack in the game, I think. I think you can use it like on like bosses, and it just like destroys like everything. Because they end up turning into like a little mini homing attack. You know, according to whatever the game feels like actually doing it properly. Which is obviously not a given. Come on, Knuckles, you're not pulling your weight here. Yeah, these are always these are sort of interesting little set pieces here. Well, I mean, they're not really. They're not very good for the old depth perception. I've never sort of known quite where to stand to get all these rings. I think is it Team Dark's one where you have like you can do like a light dash up like and like kind of beat this to the top if you do it fast enough. Alright, whatever. Yeah, so actually I should probably explain how teams work. I didn't really do that yet. So this is Team Sonic, which is kind of the normal mode. It's weird because it's like it's the first kind of option. Obviously, it's like if you don't know anything about Sonic, because I sort of didn't really when I was playing this, I was like, oh yeah, there's Sonic. He's like he's the boy, and so he's like the character that you see first. The team appears first on the menu and everything. But this is not like the easiest or like first playthrough you should like maybe do, because like I say, you have to play the entire game 4 times all the way through. To play it with every team, and Team Sonic is the sort of normal mode, Team Dark is the hard mode, and Team Rose is the easy mode. So if you're playing, and they come in that order on the story select, so you could sort of, in theory, well, not even in theory, like if you're just playing the game in the order that it presents itself to you, you do the hard mode and then the easy mode, which doesn't make any sense. And Team Rose has like really short levels as well. Team Dark has the longest levels. So if it's not enough that you're already having to like repeat the same game 4 times, same levels in the exact same order even. Like, I'm not above saying that this game has very obvious problems, and that is a very obvious problem that will, well, I was going to say it would prevent me from streaming this entire game, but judging by the fact that we've just lost music for the last like 30 seconds. Maybe there'll be something else that prevents me from being able to play the rest of the game or stream. Yeah, my PS2. Maybe it's my PS2. I'm not really sure. I've been noticing that it's giving up a little bit in a few ways recently. I thought I would give it a go tonight, but I think I might need to admit pretty soon that there's not much else to be done for it, and I'm probably just going to need to get a new one at some point. Anyway, so I skipped over the box, the kind of steel box with the key in it a minute ago. That's how you get the Chaos Emeralds in this game. Is you have to break the box with the key in it and take the key to the end of the stage. I think even without getting hit, I think if you get hit while you're holding a key, you drop it like your rings. You can't pick it back up again. And that takes you to the special stage, which is like a one-time, like in sort of classic Sonic games, it's a kind of a one-time run down an obstacle course to get Chaos Emerald. The special stages in this game are like, they're not difficult particularly. They're just, you can't like, they don't have controls. You just kind of bounce around like just at whatever speed possibly imaginable, with like no way of actually knowing what you're doing. And so as a result, what I always do, and what is recommended to do, is to get the Chaos Emeralds as Team Rose, because their stages are the shortest, so if by random chance you lose the special stage, which is pretty likely, you don't have to replay much of the stage to get another go. That's genuinely like the best advice. Okay, here we go. This is where dreams go to die when you're like 7 and playing this game. So if I tell you what, if I lose video for any reason, I am going to just pause the game, because I'm not going to be able to do this if I can't see what I'm doing. I never said that I was like an expert at this game.
Superior devices look like the ones we saw on the path. We can probably destroy them if we take out all of the robots.
Okay.
Yes!
Even at my best, I will still take some damage during this. But I think, yeah, we done it. Awesome, and the game held out. I didn't even lose video.
Yes!
Easy, guys. Literally, I can't explain to you how long that used. I still get a little bit stressed just being in there, because that was just impossible to me when I was little. I kind of thought that was like the end of the game, to be honest. I don't know how literally I thought that, but I was just like, yeah, there's no way there's any game past that, is there? Actually, the thing that, because I used to just only play, I didn't want to play Team Rose when I was little, because I was worried about my mum walking in on me and playing as like Team Rose, playing as Amy, I guess.
Gotcha, my darling
7-year-old boys
Amy,
being what they
are
are,
you
sort of
doing
thing.
here?
Sonic. This time there's
From the unknown, if I'd have beat that stage, I could have killed her. I'm gonna regret saying that. I don't mean that. I like Amy. My opinion of her has gone up over time. These team battles though are incredibly stupid, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate sort of why.
This time you're mine.
I mean, not only does it make no sense that we're fighting her, but what we can do.
Everybody, get out of the way.
So what you're supposed to do here is basically you win by just knocking the other team off, but all you...
I swear I don't know Froggy or Team
Well,
Brother.
that's...
Except for someone else.
This is bad, actually. I forgot this is how this worked, actually. Oh, do I... No. Okay. I'm gonna persevere, but I think I might have actually lost this, genuinely, having said... Fuck it. Restart. What you can do is do the tornado thing in the middle of the stage, and normally you'll win in like 10 seconds.
Amy, knock it off. There's no time to play.
But I happened to light dash on the rings, and that sent Sonic flying off.
It's hard again, Sonic.
Now it's just Amy, because this strategy has sort of worked. So yeah, you just got to keep doing this.
Yes!
There we go. That's more like it. But you know, even when you win, there's not really a strategy involved. But yeah, you might have been able to tell while I was floundering around as Knuckles there, but there are sort of points in this game where
No way!
your teammates can kind of disappear, and you do just play as a single character for a bit. That doesn't happen very often in this game, but it is kind of interesting when it does, because it kind of shows as a very small fact about this game, which is that it actually runs on the same engine as Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, but it's just impossible to tell because the acceleration is turned all the way up and you're zoomed out to fit 3 characters on screen. But it feels slightly more Sonic Adventure-y in those situations where there's only one character. But
Sure is bright here.
We got some time. Feeling lucky?
Sonic, we only have 24 hours left.
Okay, let's go.
like I said, you start Team Sonic story with 3 days, so it took us 2 days to finish the first like 2 zones.
Pretty cool.
Anyway, let's just Casino Park. These 2 stages, can be really, really fun, or they can just take you forever because, well, you know, it's a pinball stage. You are sort of at the whim of whatever randomness the physics feel like throwing at you. And if there's one thing you can say about the physics in this game is that they're certainly unpredictable. So I will try my best to finish these stages in a timely manner, but sometimes that's not always possible. And I do want to sort of, I want to do a little bit of kind of exploring in these stages as well, or kind of, I want to get some of the secrets basically, because there are secrets in some of these like pinball tables. Oh, this is the one that like is really annoying when you there you go, because Sonic and Tails ended up down there, but there's no telling sometimes where if I'd have been able to switch to them, I might have just like warped down to where they were, or Sonic might have warped up to me and I would have just done nothing essentially.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
So I'm invincible right now. I picked up an invincibility power up, which is not particularly common in this game. It's more common than the speed shoes, which also exist. You know, the speed shoes is really the last thing we need in this game. It's already sort of fast and chaotic enough. So yeah, as you can probably see, like the issue with these stages, as much as I happen to think they're kind of cool, just because, like I say, I'm a bit of an apologist for some of the weird stuff this game does. It is kind of dumb that for the pinball sections, you're stuck on if you follow a single character and you don't actually get a pinball table view of like what's happening. Like, I know how most of these boards are laid out because I've played this game enough. I know basically where I've got to go, but if you don't know where you're going, how are you ever supposed to know from like how this is laid out and what it's kind of shown to you? I'm gonna team blast this. I don't tend to team blast very often. I think that's, I don't know, I never used to when I was like playing this game when I was little. I used to think I had to like save them. It's not until, you know, way more recently that I've kind of just noticed how fast actually you do just build up the team blast meter again. No, it's not that big a deal. Anyway, those squid robots, if they catch you, like, they will abduct the member of the team that they pick up. So that's another example of a time where, like, you can be controlling sort of fewer characters, and even down to only one. If there are two of them around and they capture two teams, you know, two of your teammates, and they actually will abduct them semi-permanently. Like, you can't use them again until you find them. Like, they're always hidden in a checkpoint, and you can get them back at the next checkpoint. But there are obviously, we've seen all the way throughout this game that there are occasionally just sort of points where you need a certain team member to do something. So, like, if you lose Knuckles, I don't know how you're supposed to break through those glass bits. Oh no, hang on. I don't want to be up here. I was getting confused with. I think there's a secret here in Team Dark's version of the stage. No, let me down. Oh well. Basically, we can't go up here now because of... Oh, hang on, I've lost... There you go. I've lost it again. How... That's bad. Okay. Yeah, we can't get up into that lasered off area because there's a hidden switch on that last pinball table, which is actually on the top layer. I just remembered Team Sonic. I thought it was up in that bouncy bit because I think that's where it is for Team Dark. But it takes you to that VIP table that you can see off in the background there. And the gimmick of that is that it basically pays out double on all these slot machines, which I've been sort of doing when I've landed in them. But you can probably tell the point is you match up a symbol and it gives you like a ring-based reward. And if you have multiple teammates sitting in the same slot machine, the rewards are doubled or tripled. It's a good way to build up a ton of rings if you're prepared to just sit here and keep getting yourself bounced into the same slot machine over and over again. Plus, you know, we love a bit of gambling, what's the word, advertising gambling to kids. It's not really, I guess it's not really gambling, is it? Because you're not actually spending any money, but you know what I mean. That's a game of chance. First this, then Fortnite, whatever next. I don't know anything about Fortnite. Does it have loot boxes? Or does it have microtransactions? I don't know. I didn't do as much exploring in that stage as I kind of wanted to. I don't think I'll get a very good mark for this.
Not bad.
I don't know what any of the score boundaries are, clearly. I thought I was going to get like a C or maybe even a D on that one. But Casino Park's pretty fun. It's pretty harmless. But this is where it gets a little bit more annoying. It's also really cool music in the stage, though, I have to say. So Bingo Highway. I feel like this is a stage that people remember. They don't remember Casino Park as much. Like, Bingo Highway is such like a sort of... It's a pretty unique take on the sort of casino pinball stage that Sonic games tend to have, for a reason that we actually haven't got to yet, and we will do. This is just like a little bonus bit, but I always end up coming over here. But yeah, the thing about these stages, so this game in general, actually, I have to say, is it kind of introduced the sort of Sonic game, 3D Sonic kind of cliche of do not touch the controller if you're on a scripted sequence. Like Shadow the Hedgehog is pretty infamous for doing that as well. But I think this might be the game that really started it, where like in general the game kind of behaves itself if you kind of don't do anything it's not expecting. But you do have to like learn what it's expecting, because if you do anything that you might expect to be normal for sort of a game where you sort of want to control the characters when they're doing things, this game will have a tendency to chew you up and spit you out. It's very easy to get some very confusing and nonsensical deaths by basically just trying to play the game.
Really? All right.
Fun is just about to begin.
So yeah, so here's the bingo of Bingo Highway. You can collect these numbered chips,
Bingo!
and you can make lines on the board, and you get like a bunch of rings for it.
Bingo!
It's fun. It always goes in order from 1 to 9, and I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain to be fair, you can get all 9 numbers on every stage of bingo if you really know what you're doing, and you get like 300 rings for doing that. And I think there's maybe like 4 bingo tables you can get to. So like, you can like max out the ring counter. I'm pretty sure it maxes out at 999. I could be wrong about that. I doubt it goes 4 digits.
Yes!
Oh! Okay, yeah, Knuckles is gonna die there, so you gotta switch out of that, because as I alluded to earlier, when you're on the pinball tables, switching characters means that the camera switches to where they are right now, which is not how it normally works. Normally they kind of zip to you, because the AI characters normally, when you're just on foot, have a tendency to just go zipping about all over the place. Oh, there we go. Okay. And they just and if they die, if they fall off, then they just come back to you as soon as you get back to where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I was slightly wrong. Actually, speaking of the squid robots, the gold ones are the ones that fly away. The silver ones don't fly away. So the gold ones will actually abduct a character, and you have to wait till you get to the next checkpoint before you can use them. But the silver ones just hold them until you kill them, and every character has the ability, at least, to attack enemies. So actually, you're fine in Casino Park. It's important to correct yourself when you're wrong. Ah, yeah, I think part of the reason this stage is quite infamous is because it really doesn't play well with, should we say, the loose interpretation of a physics engine that this game kind of has sometimes. You do just kind of phase through things, and you do just kind of... You get stuck in things, and you bounce off things, and you're not really like expecting to.
Take care of that.
Team Blast this. Why not? These audio glitches are eerie. Especially because you can still hear the sound effects. Weird. Okay, anyway. This is a really infamous bingo section because it does just kind of steer you into bottomless pits all the time.
Bingo!
There's some sort of way that you can like hit at least 2 of those numbers at the same time. On a good day, when I used to play this quite a lot, I could normally manage to do that. And I think if you hold back here, you can just fall straight in. Yeah, I know some tricks.
Yes!
You haven't got to waste time. Just, you know, getting stuck on more tables. Maybe not. There we go. This is a section I always remember because this game has a 2-player mode, like a lot of sort of 3D Sonic games did at the time. Alright, getting Knuckles back by doing a Team Blast here. And Bingo Highway is a stage for multiplayer that's unlocked right when you start the game, so I have a lot of memories of playing the multiplayer version of this stage with my sister, which this is where that version of this stage starts, is at this section, So it's kind of, it's a race. All the sort of main 2-player modes is a race. So yeah, it's a race to like find the switch to do this, and then it's a race down the bingo table. Where the best technique here is if you want to get full bingo, do it like that. Send Tails in. Sonic and Knuckles won't follow you. At least they shouldn't do. So if you fall off, then you just walk straight back to the top. And you don't have to worry about losing, because there's all bottomless pits on this section. It's not in the 2-player mode. In the 2-player mode, because they know that you're probably playing it with your little sister. There we go. See, that's how you. That's how that goes. Oh no, it didn't work. Okay, I've got to be careful this time now, then. You see, the number I did get on my first run is still gone. So, like, if you really wanted to, this is probably the best and easiest table to get full bingo on. Which is obviously something that we must all aim for in life, is to get full bingo on Sonic Heroes Bingo Highway. Oh my god, I was hard right there. Like, you can sort of, it's occasionally weirdly forgiving for like reasons that I cannot possibly fathom and explain. I don't even know if I got the 8 there, because I did, I think. My catch card went off. Right, this is the important bit. This is what I really wanted to do here. Yes. Aerial bingo.
Alright, aerial bingo.
Oh, I've instantly screwed it up.
Bingo.
That's the one where it's easiest to get full bingo, if you can do it right, and I have done it before. I promise, I'm cool. But there's Bingo Highway. Potentially the second most iconic stage in this game. I don't know, is there a discussion about that?
Not bad.
These audio glitches, man. You know what, maybe I do remember this copy of this game, my copy of this game doing that. I feel like I actually do remember that this level end fanfare coming a little bit late. Anyway, here's the third boss.
Eggman! Why not have some fun while you can? After all, you only have one day, and we know who's going to win. Get them!
Dean Bristow. Sorely missed. I like Mike Pollock's Eggman, but Dean Bristow really nailed the threatening aspect of him.
I'll take care of him myself.
He's sort of a comic figure these days.
Okay.
Which is, it's fine. It's not quite the same though. Anyway, so this is there are 2 bosses like this in this game, where it's basically just a rush of basic enemies, just over and over again, like waves. They come in waves.
Got it. Too cool. Got it.
Oh, I've lost. There we go.
Take this. Here we go.
Level up.
So obviously it's not sort of mechanically difficult.
That's it.
It just does. It gets a little bit.
Level up.
The intimidating part is obviously just like not exactly knowing what each wave is going to give you, and it might kind
There's a bunch of them. Come and get some.
it might suddenly throw you with like a really difficult set of enemies.
They're everywhere.
Including one that I didn't actually mention. It was in the last stage. I didn't even mention the gimmick of it, but I think it will show up eventually in this one. Is you get flying enemies that have like a searchlight, and if they see you in the searchlight, they spawn more enemies. So that's essentially the gimmick when they show up on this one in this boss. Is you don't want them to see you, because otherwise they'll create more enemies within the same wave, and you don't want that. You just want to be done with this as soon as possible, because for a boss, if you care about getting a good rank on each boss, which I think you need to get the all A ranks emblem, as far as I remember, it's only based on time. Like, getting a high score doesn't matter.
Leave it to me.
Here we go. Too cool.
Smash them all!
Ah, there we go. That's a bit of fun to do. So when the Team Blast is doing a cooldown, you can do like a sort of half Team Blast. If you use the Tornado move as Sonic. So you essentially get 2 Team Blasts in one, because it's, again, another screen nuke. I can't remember if that's the final wave or not. I think it was.
Keep 'em coming.
I'm just warming up.
No, not.
This is only the beginning.
That's
Don't
it.
get too
Okay.
excited, boy.
Yeah, so that gold robot was one where if you kill that, then they all die. But I was doing the Team Blast thing anyway, so it's fine. But those are the easy ones we solved. He also uses their voice line when you're playing as Team Rose, which I always thought was funny, because there's only one boy in that team.
I've got no time to waste on these pests.
Nice. So yeah, that's the sort of issue. That's the challenge for those bosses. Is clearing out all the waves in time if you want a good rank. Although, like I say, I don't think there's much really incentive to get an A rank and everything. I think if you get all emblems, that's maybe how you unlock the super hard mode, which is something I've never done because I don't really care about playing the super hard mode. It's essentially a 5th playthrough.
Tails, how much time's left?
We've got until sunset.
Tails.
It's a 5th playthrough where you have to do every stage 8 times at least and get an A rank on everything. Yeah.
Use the square button to
Anyway,
accelerate.
this is probably actually the one of the more iconic stages in the game, but not for perhaps as good a reason as Bingo. I feel like Bingo Highway is quite well respected and well remembered at least. Rail Canyon is relatively infamous because it's just kind of,
Keep your eyes
it's
on
just
the
not
rails.
level design. Like, I've lost it again. I've lost it again. There we go. It's just not level design, really, is it? Like, it's just rails hanging over nothing. And it shows up one of the more infamous control issues that this game has, which is jumping on rails is never a sure thing. Like, I'm probably going to be Tails on most of these rails from now on, because one of the core mechanics when you're on a rail in this game is the ability to sort of jump between them. If there's sort of, because there's 3 characters in this game, it's always 3 rails next to each other, and the whole idea is you're supposed to be able to just jump between each rail, by holding a stick in the direction and pressing jump. But almost always you'll just be sent just off into the abyss. And most of this stage and the next stage is just abyss. So that's just an objective problem with this game.
Level up.
Basically, if you see me pausing, it's because I've lost bloody video again.
Here we go. Take this. Okay.
We're doing pretty well, though. I don't think we got any video drops through Bingo Highway, which is kind of surprising. Right, I'm going to try it once. Oh, I'll try it again. Okay, all of those happened to work, but you really can't
All right.
be certain that it's going to every time. That one was on purpose.
Yahoo!
Like, yeah, it's kind of this stage where the bouncy physics and just zipping about all over the place starts to kind of rear its ugly head a bit.
Got it. Take this. Here we go.
Like, I'm not confident in this either. I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Level up.
And as far as I know, I think the PS2 version makes those issues worse. I know certainly that if I was playing this game in 50 Hz mode, who knows, maybe the video would stop flickering, but what it would also do is make issues like that more likely, because it essentially eats inputs. Like when I used to play this on like the old CRT back in the day, it didn't support. My TV didn't support 60 Hz at the time, so I'd always play in 50. And my main memory of this game is that occasionally I would just jump and it would just instantly do a homing attack without sort of me meaning to.
They're pulling out all the tricks.
And then when I got a TV that could do sort of a variable refresh rate, and I could start playing the game in 60 Hz mode, suddenly I didn't see so much of that happening.
Is being protected by the robots. We should take care of them first.
Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a chug stage for lots of reasons. So yeah, obviously, the sort of amusing thing about this being such a nostalgia thing for me is that the PS2 version is the worst version. And already it's not a particularly well-loved game anymore, except for people who played it when they were a kid. So that was sort of my intention behind choosing to play this on stream today. Was just like,
I can't believe someone would...
it's coming up to Christmas. This is what I was really excited for Christmas in 2004.
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
And it's just funny to sort of see just what, I don't know, if I phrase it as what kids thought was okay, that makes it sound like I don't still like have my fun playing this, and I clearly do.
Wow.
Technical issues notwithstanding. That's not the game's fault, that's kind of my system just starting to get a bit old. And the capture card being a bit weird as well. There's only so much you can do about some of that stuff. But yeah, just sort of a tribute to the game I loved from like sort of 7 to 8. It's like my favourite game. I played it all the time. And I didn't have a clue that people didn't like it. Didn't have a clue that I guess that's really my message here. It's just like the days where you didn't know that stuff like that wasn't acceptable.
Got it.
Yeah, before we were all terminally online and everyone has opinions about all the games you play, and before you just know kind of what else is out there. When all that matters is that like this looked way smoother than like the PS1 games I had at the time. Because this wasn't like my first video game or anything. Like I played loads of like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon on PS1. I had a Game Boy Advance by this point, although my GBA collection was kind of weird. I think a lot of kids had weird collections at the time for those sorts of systems. But I thought this game was just the best because it was better than it just looked unlike anything I'd ever seen before. And I don't think the PS2 has actually aged that well in terms of its graphical style. I think in some weird ways, PS2 can sometimes look more dated than PS1, which doesn't feel right at all, but that's kind of how I feel sometimes. Oh my god. Okay. That was a terrifying moment to have lost my connection there. I wish I knew why that was happening. It's not. Is it like it's not related to like the moments of like graphical intensity because it's not. Otherwise, it would be happening like here. You'd have thought. This is a lot for a game to be rendering. I'm just gonna get to the end stage. I'm not doing any of the stuff down there. I was considering streaming Simpsons Hit and Run instead of this, and to be honest, I think it's possible that might have performed better. I don't know.
Guess that's about it.
That's not pretty good actually, considering I died. Obviously, when you die, your score resets to 0. So, best way to get an A rank: go fast, kill lots of enemies, collect lots of rings, don't die. There's no S rank, by the way. A is the top rank. They invented the S rank for Sonic Rush, I think, was the first to have an S rank. Before that, it just went to A.
It's getting creepy around here.
This is a good track.
To the center. I guess we're heading in the right direction.
You can't see me, but I'm bopping right now. I'm bopping like Sonic is between his walls here.
Yes.
Well, until my video died just there. Okay. Yeah, this stage is one where I have like a really weird, like hyper-specific, like nostalgic thing for, which is not something that anybody else will ever share about Bullet Station, but it's true for me. So when I was little and was just hopelessly stuck in the power plant, didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what else was sort of beyond the game, was also kind of like where I started watching kind of just like internet videos about video games. I can't even say if it was YouTube, but if I knew what YouTube was by this point. Whoa. Well, yeah, see that's the, yeah, there you go. I thought I might be able to save that, but there you go. Perfect example of why people don't like jumping between rails in this game. Anyway. Yeah, I did obviously... YouTube came out like the year that I would have been playing this, for 2005. But I can't say for sure that I was actually watching any YouTube videos at the time. I definitely had access to the computer, family computer, and I used to watch occasional videos and like read occasional forums as like a 8-year-old. Okay, I'm gonna be sensible about this next time. And I remember watching speedruns, like in like 2005 or 6. You know, I would literally download like video files from Speed Demos Archive or whatever, and I remember watching a Sonic Heroes speedrun. It was a Team Rose run, which was kind of what made me realise, because I was watching this run, and I was like, oh wait, Team Rose doesn't do the rising lava section in the power plant. So if I play that game next time I play it, and I still can't figure out how to do it, I can just play Team Rose, and I can see what the rest of the game's like. And I remember seeing this stage on that speedrun that I watched when I was like, I don't know, like 8 or something, and being like, wow, this is what the rest of Sonic Heroes is like. Like, this is like, no one's ever been this far in this game before. It's a weird sort of memories of games you used to play. I showed it briefly at the start of the stream that like my save file that I used to play this game on back in the day has like 87 hours on it, and like, what was I doing? I don't even remember. So I didn't finish the game. Even like, it took me like probably like 5 or 6 years before I ever actually bothered finishing this game. Because I would just like, I think I got to like Egg Emperor, like this sort of the first final episode. Basically, you play your 7 zones, as it were, and the 7th boss is Egg Emperor, and then you have to get all the Chaos Emeralds to fight the actual final boss, and you have to complete the game with all 4 teams. So yeah, you basically play the same game 4 times. But what I did, I think, when I used to play this game is, yeah, I would get to like Egg Emperor with each team and just kind of leave it there, because I didn't know how to beat the boss, and I couldn't be bothered to like beat it, because I didn't think at the time that I could be bothered. I didn't think that I could be bothered to get the Chaos Emeralds either, so I was just like, well, you know, that's as far as I'm getting in this game. I'll just leave it there, and that'll be fine. And I just used to replay the stages over and over again for like 85 hours. So this is a weird little section. All you gotta do is just hold left and right to get the items while you're being shot through the canyon here. You do there's a second one of these later where I think there might be like spike balls that you can get that can like hit you while you're doing this.
That's what I call a flight.
Nice.
I think my heart stopped.
Yeah, I didn't sort of cover the kind of main gimmick of this stage really is, and Rail Canyon as well, is those little things that you kind of hit that change the lit rails from blue to pink. and it changes where you're going. And sometimes, like, that's the puzzle. It's like you have to hit the right ones to get where you're going. Sometimes it just takes you on a different route. You know, I'm gonna fly here. I have like specific memory of that light ring trail not really working properly. And maybe that's why I remember going up there, because that's how you get the key, which I'm not going to do. I don't know, maybe I should do at least one special stage just to show it if I'm not going to be bothering to play this whole game. Slash, if my console and game can't hold up enough. Yeah, so basically, you can get the Chaos Emeralds if you get the special stage key in essentially Act 2. So every even-numbered stage. This is Zone 4, Act 2, essentially, if you want to think about it that way. If you do it in Act 1, you get a special stage, but the bonus is just, like, essentially points and, like, one-ups and stuff. It's not Chaos Emeralds. You only get the Chaos Emeralds in the second stage. Okay, so now we have a second bobsled section, where now they introduce the idea of taking damage. As Sonic is explaining here, you have to like do an obstacle course of all these lasers and stuff, and like spike balls eventually, where the bobsled loses capability depending on who gets thrown off. What they don't tell you here, they tell you what happens if Sonic or Tails gets thrown off, but if Knuckles gets thrown off, you just can't like steer anymore.
I'll take care of them.
Like, they don't tell you like, the most important one for actually controlling the thing. Oh god, that was close. No, still Tails. Yeah, so this is kind of this is a section I always remember, because it's one of the few kind of times. Whoa, Sonic just like A-pose in there. It's sort of one of the few times that you can literally just run around in like a reasonably sized area as a single character. And Tails is the one that you sort of notice the most, because he doesn't even touch the ground when he's got his teammates with him. And you never get to see that this is his attack.
What's next?
Throwing these fake rings, which explode if you throw them into an enemy. And you also can't pick them up. And unlike in Sonic 06, they're not physics-based, they don't move around. But yeah, I just always thought that was like a weird little section of the game, where it's just like, yeah, do you want to see what these characters would control like if they weren't forever shackled to being with their friends?
Straight ahead of us. All right, here we go.
Oh, I just missed both of them. I was trying to steer around to see what I could see, and I just missed both of them. Oh well. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it in one? Oh no! Yeah, the light dash is not great in this. It's sort of really hyper dependent on you facing the exact right direction. And it also has a real tendency of only collecting the first ring in the sequence. So in the day, if you're playing on the really cool eat your input occasionally mode of 50 Hz, more often than not, you'll collect the first ring of a trail that goes over a pit and just fall. Like, lots of memories of that exact thing happening to me over and over again. Okay, now I think this isn't a fun boss. I don't really like this one. Oh, good music though. It's not really that difficult a boss. It's just a bit annoying.
That thing's loaded with Eggman's weapons.
Eggman, you're finished.
Ready, all cannons!
Open fire! Yeah, Egg Albatross. So as you can see, it's the Egg Hawk that we fought earlier. It's just been grafted onto like an airship. So yeah, the sort of objective here is basically just destroy the new parts, so that it breaks off and becomes the Egg Hawk again, and then you just beat the first boss all over again. But yeah, here's the thing with this, I think this actually is the best way to fight it. is just to do it like that, but you then have to kind of be sure that you're homing attacking it properly.
You're going to regret this.
And because yeah, you end up just stuck
Now we got
over the pit with the rail,
Destroy 'em all.
and then you end up with this situation where like I don't actually know what the best way of fighting this stuff is. Oh dear.
Ready all cannons! Open fire!
So I remember this always being like
There's only one
a
way to
contention point about the PS2 version is the Eggman's model is like it has like a colour issues on the PS2 version, I think. Like you can see like his goggles are like sort of they have like this white kind of tinge on them, which it doesn't on GameCube. Because yeah, the PS2 version, one of the sort of issues that it has compared to the other versions is in like yeah, just like general graphics. Salute, sir, general graphics. Just aren't as good as like the GameCube and Xbox. I think they run at higher resolutions, they run at higher frame rates. This game is kind of designed for the GameCube. I don't know how true this is, but I heard a rumor at some point that basically Sony forced Sega to release this on PS2 because obviously Sonic at the time was actually quite a big get, or it was still a big deal for a new Sonic game to be coming out. And so this is going to be like Sonic's first PS2 game. And so yes, Sony kind of said like if you don't release Sonic Heroes on PS2, we will never let you publish anything on PS2 again. And obviously Sega had only just kind of dropped the Dreamcast at that point, so it's quite important to them to keep these friends, even though Sony basically were rubbing salt in the wound. They were like, yeah, we killed your console business, and now we're going to force you to release your game, your big new game, on a system that's not really suited for it. Because yeah, that was kind of that's kind of the point. That's why the PS2 version is kind of known for being the worst version, is because it's actually the least powerful console of its generation. But it was such a sales behemoth that there's no way that a game like this wouldn't be releasing on it. So yeah, Sony forced them to, which made them have to do the entire game in the renderware engine, which is responsible for a lot of kind of just the general kind of jankiness of this game. I've not explained that particularly well. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's the kind of basic form of the story. Is this game is the way it is. Basically, it's Sony's fault in a lot of ways. It's the first Sonic game to be released after the Dreamcast died. I don't know if I don't know if they ever planned for this to be a Dreamcast game. I don't think so. It's not like they sort of were that far into development or planning when that happened, and they had to sort of move it or anything like that. But I can't assume. You have to assume that did something.
Eggman, you know you can't win.
That turned into a decent enough fight in the end. I mean, I died, but it doesn't matter so much if you die on a boss, obviously, if you bothered about the rank, because it's only about the time, and the time resets, so... and I believe this is going to be a CG cutscene, and the last one of those hung, so we'll see if this one actually works, because I want this one to work.
It's a fake?
From these canyons, watch as I conquer the world with my air fleet, and this time you can't stop me.
Drat, a trap to stall for time.
Drats.
Sonic.
I always remember seeing that. There's a few, like, grammatical errors in the subtitles. I don't really know how that happened.
All life form data successfully copied.
And there you go, it's the real story of the game. It's actually, it's Metal Sonic. Who knew? Who was expecting that? Nobody in 2003. They definitely weren't. I don't think Metal Sonic had really been a thing, certainly not in the games.
Eggman,
Aside from, like,
off the hook this time.
Easter eggs and stuff, but yeah, he's back. He's copying all the life forms. Anyway, this is Frog Forest, and it is beautiful, and also incredibly jank. So the gimmick of this stage is, if these frogs see you, they make it rain, which causes all the plants to grow, and from there the level design arises. So sort of what we'll be doing throughout this stage basically is finding the frogs so that we can figure out where we're supposed to go. And they do things like make those grind rails, they make these mushrooms to bounce off. There's also plenty of... I think in a lot of ways, like, you know, look at the checkerboard platforms here, it's like almost Green Hill kind of themed. It's just like, obviously in the days where they weren't kind of, what's the word, spamming Green Hill stuff as much as they would do later on. So yeah, it was kind of like, this was their kind of homage to classic Sonic in a way, which I think we got a reference to that sort of thing. Possibly, I think it's in this level, isn't it? Where Knuckles makes a reference to Angel Island. Because, yeah, I mean, that's the sort of thing about considering this Sonic Adventure 3 as well, which, you know, I've sort of given some reasons why it is, some reasons why it isn't. Here's one why maybe it isn't. Because there's absolutely no humans, aside from Eggman, in this game. It doesn't appear to be set in the same world at all. You know, Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2 were, at least, you know, by Sonic standards, set in like a semi-realistic, or at least grounded kind of world.
We may be able to use this
And pretty much everything we've seen here is just like exaggerated and cartoony, and none more so than this stage right here. You can jump off that flower and get onto that rail, but could you imagine trying to negotiate that with controls like this? I think, done it. At some point in my life I've been able to do that. But there was a time where I knew entirely too much about how to expect this game to control. So here's one of these boss guys that I was saying about in the casino boss. You know, if you kill him, you kill every enemy in the area. Yeah, so we are strongly into the second half of this game already. You know, as far as an individual team story, I should say. And, yeah, so we're sort of starting to see kind of slightly more complicated enemy styles and kind of level gimmicks being thrown in here. So we'll more and more, as we get through the rest of the game, we'll start seeing like those boss robots. We'll start seeing more of those targets that I was trying to shoot there and missing quite badly.
Should we use it to fly again?
And then in the next stage, we'll start seeing. Oh, here we go.
My island too, but not this huge.
Yeah, Mushroom Hill reference. Yeah, the next stage will start showing us like the kind of enemies we'll be seeing for the rest of the game. Because yeah, you wouldn't necessarily think that a stage that looks like this would be like kind of a late game kind of level. That was extremely dangerous for me to do that as Sonic. Oh. I think it's interesting that, like, you know, a nice jungle level like this with sort of really calming music is actually kind of one of the later levels in the game, and is actually quite challenging in terms of like the platforming and some of the enemy encounters. Oh Jesus, that was interesting. Oh, come on! There we go.
What is that thing? Let's try grinding on it. Here we go.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm not like... I'm clearly not above sort of saying this game, admitting that there are obvious problems with this game, and basically the main problem with this game is really, really inconsistent controls. So the reason that I took damage from that enemy right at the end there was because I was expecting, because I was in the air as Knuckles, that if I mashed the square button, I would summon Sonic and Tails to me, and I could be in the air and I could like throw them down at the enemies, like you can do when you jump as Knuckles. But because of the specific state of the fall that I was in, I guess it just doesn't work like that.
That was tight!
And because I expected it to, I ran into the enemy and lost all my rings, and I still got an A. So what am I complaining about? I guess. But you see what I mean? Like it. And I think the best example actually of this game's control not sort of telling you exactly what you're supposed to be doing is there's no spin dash. Sonic can't spin dash in this game. Instead, what he has is a move called the Rocket XL, which you do by like holding square until your teammates like come up next to you, and then once they're there, Sonic will go ready, and then that means you're supposed to let go, and you like boost off. But it doesn't work, and most of the time you do the sort of kick move. Anyway, these big guys, this is what I was talking about. We'll be seeing these enemies basically for the rest of the game. They are annoying to deal with just because they take a lot of hits, and they force a lot of time. Actually, you're not forced to fight that one. You can just walk past it, but later on, you're obviously supposed to fight them, and it takes a lot of time. Anyway, gimmick of this stage is these black frogs, which is they work the same as the green frogs, but they cause all the plant life to die instead. So it's kind of the opposite of how it worked in the first stage, Frog Forest. Which I think is if you're going to have that gimmick, it's quite interesting to sort of have like the second stage kind of reverse the gimmick on you a little bit. I kind of wish they went like further with it. I think it would be interesting if there was like sort of puzzle mechanics where like you want to actually like be careful. Sometimes you want like the fruit to grow, and sometimes you're going to need it to die, sort of thing. Maybe they do that a little bit. I think basically all that happens is sometimes there'll be a black frog where if it sees you, you can't get to a bonus. That's probably the worst it'll ever do. I'm kind of just waffling a little bit on that one. If we're going to get into sort of design decisions about this game that could be changed, we'll be here all night.
We're not going there, are we? Yes, we are!
Because like this sort of one of the many and possibly discredited ideas of sort of stuff, something you might call the Sonic cycle. This is essentially the first time they tried to market a Sonic game as being like, we're back to basics now. Like, Sega does this occasionally, where they're just like, yeah, Sonic games have got too complicated. Like, we decided that no one wants Sonic games to take themselves seriously, so we're going to do back to basics. And that's what this game was kind of marketed as, because it doesn't have like a complicated story, it doesn't have humans, it doesn't have gun, it doesn't have loads of cutscenes, it doesn't have sort of weird characters or like a backstory stuff. It's just like, here's some stages, here's some linear platforming, you go fast. It's what at the time Sega thought people wanted. And so, as often goes with the cycle, that's what they think people want. And it turns out that actually people tend to think that they really overcorrected. And do you know what the next game that came out after this was? Shadow the Hedgehog. They heard the complaints that Sonic Heroes was too back to basics, too simplistic, too childish, and they were like, okay, we'll give you guns and swearing then.
They never give up, do they?
To be honest, that's kind of where I think a lot of the... we're not getting into my general Sonic opinions here, but I think a lot of the mistakes of the series is really overcorrecting from negative reactions from the last game. I think there's a lot can be put down to that. Anyway, that situation back there, it's pretty much exactly what the Team Blast is for. They don't really expect you to sit there and fight two of those like huge hulking armored guys. Like, you can if you want. You know, the system works well enough if you want to. Can I, like, yeah, there we go. Oh dear, hang on. I'm not sure I've ever done that before. That's kind of funny. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what Team Blast is for, is when there's two annoying enemies to fight, just, yeah, screen nuke them, move on.
Hey, there they are. Got it.
Which is not sort of a fantastic endorsement of your combat system when there are enemies basically designed for just exploiting it and ignoring it. But you know, I suppose the real point of that is, this game has a combat system. We've just been I've just been playing this game and engaging with it. I didn't even mention that. Like, for the first time, really, in the series history, every enemy takes more than one hit, and you deal more damage the more you level up. Like, that's weird for a Sonic game, actually. You know, Sonic was famously the game where every button is jump, and every enemy can be killed in one jump. Aside from the bosses. But yeah, no, in this game, every enemy has a health bar. And Sonic, at level 0, cannot kill an enemy. You need everybody to attack the enemy at once for it to die in one hit. And because the teammate AI is the way it is, they are almost always all over the place and never actually hit anything. So it's not, you know, it's not something you can't work around, or that you learn how it works. You know, of course you do.
There's that black frog again.
Oh, there we go. That's what I was talking about. If you Tails, you can get up here in time, but you might try and jump up there and get caught by the black frog.
Level up.
And not be able to take this shortcut here. At least I think it's a shortcut. I don't really remember. Does it just drop me onto this rail? Yeah, it does. Now, is this the rail I think it is? Is this leading to where I think it does? There's quite an iconic set piece that this stage ends with.
There's that black frog again.
They're trying to take us down to the swamp.
Yeah.
Hurry. What's that?
So yeah, these swinging things, you have to jump off them when they're at their sort of most horizontal moment.
Interesting. Let's see who
So this is the Orca moment of this game. Is you just have to time your jump presses exactly perfect. The alligator isn't really a threat if you do it if you do it all right. But if you make one mistake, you die.
That was close. Yes!
I personally think the power plant lava is way harder, but it's definitely an interesting set piece as these things go. Oh, that's quite a satisfying score.
Too easy!
Don't even care. Now, this is the second team battle, which hopefully I don't lose like I did the Team Rose fight. Everyone has one. I bet if I stream Sonic Adventure, I'll lose to Knuckles at some point.
Look, it's that hedgehog.
Wonder what the big rush is all about. Bet you those guys will end up getting in my way and making trouble.
Hey, isn't that...
Sonic!
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Long time no see, boys. Too bad you had to come all this way for nothing. We'll take it from here.
What'd you say?
Sensors locked on Eggman. Non-compliant intruders will be destroyed.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
Is that so? Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey, that's my line.
All of these team battles have absolutely no context as to why they want to fight each other. that as far as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are concerned, Shadow is supposed to be dead.
It looked like my twin.
What did the Hedgehog look like? My twin. Shadow has amnesia in this game. If you play Team Dark, that's how it opens. But yeah, none of them seem that surprised to see Shadow, even though they sort of all think he's supposed to be dead. I think Shadow just jumped off the stage there. That's what I think I saw anyway. Yeah, none of them seem particularly surprised to see him.
Hey guys, chill out.
17 seconds. Team Dark is basically the only part of this game that had, like, team story in a way that has a plot. You know, there was, you kind of, like you can't really tell from that cutscene, but essentially all three of them have some sort of grievance with Eggman, specifically. Shadow has amnesia and wants to get back at him because he wakes up locked in the room and not sure what, and isn't sure why.
This has gotta be the right way.
Omega
But it's so spooky here.
got abandoned by him.
That's the ghost of Shadow we saw earlier.
So yeah, like, see, they think Shadow's dead,
Knuckles.
and they're not bothered about seeing him at all. I can't remember what Rouge's motivation is. She just wants to cause problems on purpose, I guess. But yeah, I guess the plot of the game is like about Shadow and Metal Sonic.
Not bad. What? What's
But
going on?
there are like 3 other teams that you just have to like play through for the sake of getting to the end of the actual story and finding out that's what it's about. And then it ends up being Sonic that fights him in the end anyway. So anyway, this is Sandcastle. This is a cool stage. The gimmick here is that when you touch these things, the level switches upside down, and the music changes.
We're turning upside down again.
We're back to normal now.
It's a cool gimmick in theory. It obviously doesn't really make that much of a difference because you're not really exploring. It's not like you're exploring the level the right way up and then you go upside down. We can't get into this door yet, so that's what we need to go down here for. This game's actually a Metroidvania.
There's that switch again.
I mean, this is pretty close to that sort of thing, because yeah, this is the loop that we just went through, and now we're grinding on the bottom of it, which is now the top of it. So yeah, they do some things with the idea that it's like a upside down stage, but they don't go as far as they could with it.
Leave it to me.
I like that the formation things are upside down though. That's kind of cute. This is just like there's invisible paths.
Hey, you surprised me.
I don't know. Some of these gimmicks are better thought out than others.
Leave this to me. Here we go.
It's always a gamble when you have to put your hands in the lightspeed dash. Okay. It's alright if you manage to collect 2 rings on the route and you get going, you're gonna be safe.
Try going
But
down
there's a lot of trust put into that first button press.
Look, the door's opened.
Yeah, the door's just open for some reason. Because we went through it. It's just like, yeah, there you go, you just get to go in now. So these wizard robots, if you see the music note in their health bar, they can heal the other enemies.
Got it.
So that's their bit, that's their gimmick. What am I doing?
This is all Knuckles.
Here we go.
These blue things have like machine guns, but they take ages to shoot you, so you can just run under them.
Level up.
See, I always think of this exact part of this game for the partner AI being just like completely all over the place.
What's going on?
Because I think this is supposed to sort of be like a really neat like running set piece or whatever, but it just doesn't really work because look at Knuckles here, he's just flickering in and out. He's just flying about all over the place. And they can like defy gravity if they get away from you while you're in the air and all that sort of thing.
Let's go. Game. Game.
Got it. Take this. Take this.
Leave it to me.
Be careful not to fall.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we saw some of these ring things earlier, but the kind of gimmick with them is you get better rewards the closer you get to the center with your shot. And if you just walk up to them, if you get too close to them, they start spinning and you can't hit anything. So yeah, you're supposed to be far enough away that it's a ranged shot at them. But if you want the best results, you have to hit them accurately. I think the best result is, I think like an automatic Team Blast fill, maybe, is the top result. There you go. That's the strategy with Knuckles, if you can, is to get him on his yeah move.
What's it doing here?
What's it doing here? I remember that line. In general, the translation is a little bit better in this than it is in like Sonic Adventure 2, but it's still not perfect.
All right.
So the path actually moves over to the side there, but you can just do that.
Surprise me.
It's all a trick. It's all a trick and a jape.
All right.
Leave it to me.
I believe the switch is up here. Yep.
There they are.
Again, the sort of the big control issue with this game. I sort of said this earlier. Is basically just it suffers from the 3D Sonic one button thing. I really, I suppose the Sonic one button decision. The Yuji Naka one button decision. You know, it's the exact same problem that kind of plagues some 3D Sonic games as plagues like Balan Wonderworld, where because Yuji Naka liked the idea of games being simple to play from a control scheme perspective, one button does as much as he can make it get away. I don't know exactly, I'm blaming Yuji Naka for it. I don't know if he worked on this game. It's because I don't think he did. I think he was out of Sega by this point, and he maybe came back for 06. Am I right with that? That's the sort of thing I probably should know, but I don't. But yeah, it was a Sonic tradition to have one button do a lot of things, and that was Yuji Naka's decision on the original game. But yeah, it's the exact same thing as Balan Wonderworld does, and it's why that game sort of doesn't really work. Is you can't have one button do everything in your game.
We're back to normal now.
So Tails, in particular, the reason I was thinking about that is because when Tails has these switches to press that only he can reach, square is also the button for doing his attack.
All right.
Pointless little camera flip effect, but it's a bit of fun.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Oh, this is a cool bit.
Serious problems. Look at that statue.
Sonic, look! There's a target switch!
Oh, it's that one.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, come on.
Go!
Come on.
Let's go!
There we go. Yeah, see, instant Team Blast. Okay, so it's Eggman, and then we flip upside down, and it's Metal Sonic. How neat is that? That's environmental storytelling. I may as well get to the just sort of because I think I'm probably pretty satisfied just playing to the end of Team Sonic's story for playing this on stream. But essentially, the Eggman that we're fighting throughout the whole game here isn't the real Eggman. We saw him sort of he was a robot that melted into Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic has basically broken out of captivity or whatever and kind of stolen Eggman's identity and locked him up in a cage. And he's like copying data on all the like main Sonic cast to turn himself into the actual ultimate life form because he doesn't think Shadow is ultimate enough. So that's where the Shadow sort of stuff comes in. Where like if Shadow is an artificially created life form, why can't Metal Sonic be the ultimate life form as well? He turns into like this huge like hulking demon at the end of the game where all four teams like come together to beat him. It culminates in the Supersonic boss fight, which is not the most exciting to play, but it has one of the best soundtracks in the series.
Bad.
So that's your spoiler. That's your spoiler for this game. Okay, so this is another stage that I've been worrying about ever since the flickering video issue started, which I've, touch wood, I've not had for a little while. So it might be okay, but it also might be somewhere where it gets it the worst is in this stage. So this is Mystic Mansion. It's one of the longest stages in the game, and it ends with this really bizarre like gimmick where you have to just use every team member's sort of special moves to get across. Because yeah, okay, right. So we're about to see what the exact gimmick of this stage is. It's the same switches from the last stage, but rather than turning anything upside down, it just changes the stage. So that's now, rather than just a random door sitting there, it's now a corridor.
Okay.
Leave it to me.
Hey, I think that this thing may fall on us if we step on that shadow.
Oh, excuse me.
Level up.
Yes!
Oh. Was that there before?
Look at all those extra
Yeah, so essentially this is just a really, really long stage where the gimmick is the stage just changes around you when you hit the switch for certain things. And I believe it's here where we get introduced to... Oh no, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. But again, I'm used to just certain kind of muscle memory things, and one of them is do a team blast there, because I can't be able to fight that guy.
Try going down there.
Fantastic music in this stage though.
Got it.
Leave it to... Let's go. Let's go.
You've got more minecarts. I say more, I guess this is actually the first minecart, but it controls the same as the bobsled. So yeah, Sonic has now been knocked off by hitting that laser, so we now don't have a boost. I don't know what this like time limit here is about. I've never known exactly what happens if you hit it or not.
We're about to crash.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. I remember now. I just heard it. You get a level up if you beat the. There you go. There's a fact for you that I clearly knew already. Yeah, you get a level up if you can beat the time on the bobsled. Famous room. I remember this room really well. I don't remember if this is the right switch to press, but essentially it's a puzzle to get up to the top of the room and then turn it into a grind rail to get back out. Yeah. Okay.
Level up.
Yeah, so this is the other gimmick of this stage, is these like spider web kind of grind rails where you are forced to follow a certain way. I always just play as Tails to get past those. I was just showing how that one works and doing it semi-properly, but I will not be doing that for all of them. I swear this game decides it wants to be like a pixel hunt for the damaged wall. I don't think I even mentioned how the the gliding sort of works there. Like Knuckles doesn't have like his sort of traditional glide move. He just has that move where they all join hands and glide down. And yeah, you use it not even really for gliding, but just on those. Yeah, just on the fans to like go up, which is quite interesting. Yeah, Tails, I'm trying to. Yeah, here we go. So it's these armoured guys, but they're wearing a big helmet now. So if you're fighting them normally without doing this, you basically have to like wait for them to go through their whole animation where they like, and when they're sort of teetering, you can hit them and it'll knock the helmet off. I couldn't remember if that was right. Okay. Oh.
Level up.
We're going so well.
Hang on! We're about to crash.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't know if those things can hurt you. Maybe they can. I don't know.
Yes! Here we go!
Yeah, if you don't jump on that rail, the
Let's catch it.
that hand is supposed to tell you like you're gonna fall off.
Jump! Jump now!
Oh,
Jump
God.
now!
I tried to jump. I jumped when you said Knuckles.
Level up! Let's take care of these guys first. Take this! Here we go!
I'm losing video here, and this is quite an important bit to have it.
Hey, we may be able to do
Oh my God! Okay,
here.
this is an infamous section right here. The triangle jump is not. I'm just gonna fly. The triangle jump is not accurate enough when you're landing to actually be able to do that safely. So, yeah, just fly. You can make it.
Let's go.
I'd quite like some rings, please.
Let's go down there. Hey,
Are there rings down here?
surprised me.
I hope so. Oh yeah, you like dash to get over there.
Here we go.
Yep, here we go indeed. Okay.
Ready anytime. What is this place?
Sonic!
Those three altars look suspicious.
Yeah, so this is the thing, is we can only get over to... We can only unlock the chest at the end here
Here we go.
if we do all three of these, which are challenges that require the specific abilities of each of the characters. And so this is a homing attack puzzle on these ghosties that don't always respond correctly when you hit them, so that's really stressful to do. If you're not, especially, so the thing is, if you die, the character levels reset, and all of them get better abilities, or you know, they get sort of extra attributes on their abilities at higher levels. So like, it's one of these things. It's sort of not really the way Sonic normally works, where dying or like, you know, making a mistake makes the game harder. That's not normally how Sonic works. It's normally quite a sort of forgiving game, you know. You technically have infinite hits with the rings, because as long as you have one ring, then you're fine. But yeah, it gets harder if you can't fly as long, or if you can't
I've got it.
sort of do enough damage on the homing attack. It's actually the easiest one, because yeah, you just glide on the things and you just go over there, and then do that. Save your team blast. That's the other thing. Obviously, if you die, you don't have your team blast, and there's no way of building up before you get to this guy. So we do that. Hit this, and we're outside.
That was one heck of a battle.
No problem. Piece
Oh,
of cake.
I'm really pleased that I only had one dropout during that section.
Perfect.
Wow, I'm surprised at that, to be honest. That looks like quite a low score for a stage that long with all those enemies in it, but I'm not complaining. Okay, now it's time for the second of the sort of robot wave bosses, which in many ways is pretty much identical to the first one. It's just on different.
Trying to stop us now? Ha, what a
Just looks
joke.
different.
What did you say? Now I'm really mad. Get them.
Robot Storm. The last one was Robot Carnival, but it's the fun and games are over.
Time, Eggman. You guys ready?
All right.
Yeah, we'll
Ready.
just do like this.
Level up!
Leave it to me.
That's it!
Stay! Stay!
Got it!
Level up!
Take this!
Leave it to me. Stay!
That's it!
Oh no.
Stay! Stay! All set! Stay! 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 Stay!
Level
Nice.
all up!
That was great! Stay!
Oh, let's do that.
Blast away!
Yeah, the golden turtles, I don't even know if I mentioned this, but Knuckles can't just like punch them. The green turtles, Knuckles can just straight punch and like destroy them, but the gold turtles, if you're going to fight them normally, you have to flip them over.
Blast away! Looks like there's a bunch of them. Come and get
Looks
some.
like there are a bunch of them.
Give up so
Yeah, I don't know, there are a couple of things that I just remember seeing like in the subtitles of this game, and just knowing, even when I was like really young, like, that's not correct. He's not written that properly.
Level up! Here we go!
Got it!
It's not normal. I'm not always such a sort of stickler for correct grammar and stuff, but I just remember noticing a few of them. Oh Jesus!
Stay! 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 Stay!
Come on!
Ah!
Oh my God! Okay.
Get them!
Well, apologies. We've got to do this again.
Payback time, Eggman! You guys ready?
Just so I couldn't both do a team blast again.
Level up!
You see what I mean? Like, it's not always consistent what sort of any attack really is going to do in this game,
Too cool!
and that is just a problem.
Smash them all!
It's a problem. It's a game. There are lots of things in this game that I'm used to
Too cool!
because I used to play this so much.
Yeah!
But we shouldn't mistake that for it not being a problem.
Case opens if we destroy the robots. Maybe we can use the item.
I don't think anybody thinks that it's not a problem. You know what I mean? Everyone's got to have games like that, haven't they? Or it's like, if this was not a game I knew really well, I would have a massive problem with this. But
Blast away!
as it is, I can just deal with it.
Looks like there's a bunch of them. Come and get some.
We won't give up so easily, Eggman!
Smash them all! Got it! Not bad!
Already?
Yeah, so that's Knuckles' level 3 move. And it's just like having this fire effect going on. Oh yeah, getting in the cannons. It obviously does different things depending on which character you're playing as when you enter the cannon. So Sonic is like takes you there in the most direct manner possible. Tails gets you there on sort of an aerial approach. So that you might sort of maybe hit something. Oh, nice. So you might get sort of a bonus that's in the air, and then if you do it as Knuckles, you kind of land. You can aim it and like shoot manually. Oh, there we go.
Smash them all!
Level up. Already?
Okay, that worked out a little bit better than I thought it was going to be honest. Yeah, Knuckles, you can aim it, and you can kind of hit. You can get bonuses that are normally kind of sitting, like, slightly off camera sort of thing. So, so something that's like off the stage over to the right or whatever, you can aim the cannon over to the right, shoot one person out of it, so that they hit it and get it.
That was great!
So yeah, that's the other thing. That's why Thunder Shoot is sometimes called the best move in the game, right? It's because you can just like spam it and build up your team blast.
What's the matter? Got nothing left?
Keep them coming.
I'm just warming up.
This is only the beginning.
Stay, 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 stay.
Now, that's a bit of an anticlimax.
That was great.
There we go. You want to make sure that the guy's actually on screen before you do it. I've made that mistake before.
That was great.
Don't get
Nice.
too excited, boys. Those were the easy ones.
Same voice line as before. This is the second and final time that we actually fight that sort of boss, though. So he's just wrong.
Phew. I need a break from those robots.
So I so rarely get the character that says the voice line when you get your rank is whoever got the highest score on the stage, and I almost never hear Tails' ones because I almost never get the highest score on a stage with Tails. But I was just sitting there thunder shooting stuff, so that makes sense. I really thought for a minute that 3 minutes 30 would have been the cut-off time, though. I got 3:31, but I guess it must be not. It must be something else, not that. This is a good stage right here. I used to boot this game up and play this one stage.
You fools must all have a death wish. Witness this invincible revolution built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
No, it shouldn't have an apostrophe on it.
All right, Eggman. Let's get this party started.
Like, when I saw this for the first time,
We're flying way high.
Better not fall.
Come on, this is nothing. Let's keep moving.
now it's not, to be fair, like I say, I've played this several times, but I had not played Sonic Adventure 2 when I first played this, and to be honest, I think Final Rush is a kind of better version of that, actually. Where it's just like, you can actually just like fall through the entire, just like find the bottom of the stage and just get there straight away. But yeah, when the camera pans over and you can just see that huge sky, it was really cool. And it's got one of the best music tracks in the game, and it's a very fun stage. With like, something like, there's a couple of bits that are a little bit annoying, but
Sure are lots of battleships.
Where'd they get so many?
They really went overboard.
Leave it to me.
Be careful not to fall.
I think
Here we go.
like, the thing with this stage, and it's sort of not like a lot of the other stages in this game, is that it's relatively like open-ended. Like, there are so many ways to like get to the end of the stage. It's like, it's really good for replayability. Although, of course, the irony of me saying that is that when I used to play this stage all the time, I would just go the same way every time.
A new type of robot. Look out, everyone.
Whoa. I still don't have my video back. Okay, no. For a second. Alright, I'm back. I'm one again. No, no, press restart! Fuck! Oh no.
Wow. We're flying way high.
Better not fall.
Come on, this is nothing. Let's keep moving.
That's a real problem. That's gonna be really annoying.
Get away from the marker. The cannons
I was just about to explain how that new robot that I was being told about.
There's
I hope it's not something to do with that robot that suddenly means that it's not going to be playable anymore, because that's basically every enemy for the rest of the game is one like that. Oh no! Yeah, it's a capture card thing. I could see it on my stream readout. Well, not readout. I can see it on the stream. I have the stream running as well while I'm watching this, just to see how it looks on that end. And I can see that when my video goes, the stream stays up. So it's not actually dynamically changing the frame rate, I would assume, because otherwise it would be cutting out on the stream. So I don't know if maybe it is I mean, it is a capture card thing, because I was literally losing signal to my TV. I was getting the no signal pop up. Right, we're back here again. Yeah, I've gone again. Okay, I'm back. Okay, maybe I just gotta fight him from a distance. Anyway, so this new robot, it shields itself like this. It's gone again. Back. It's gone again. Okay. That's interestingly consistent. So it shields itself basically, and you can only attack it at sort of certain intervals. But one of the main times that you can attack it is when it's charging its laser, so to speak. If you'll excuse the... That's not even a dated reference at this point, really, is it? But yeah, it has a huge laser that it charges up. And when it's doing that, is like the sort of main extended period where it's vulnerable.
Ready to land on the battleship. Level up.
This is a cool set piece.
Knuckles, think you can destroy those cannons by punching them? Destroy those cannons with thunder shoot, Tails. Yes.
Right, that's what I'll do. I'm not super happy about this having to be the way I'm going to do this. Is because there's another one coming up. We can probably make it through this stage, but if it turns out that it's pretty consistently to do with these like enemies here. See, there's the big laser. Okay, no, it's not to do with the enemy. It's just to do with that first little bit where it came in. Oh no, it has gone again. And it's gone. Yeah, I'm still gone, but there it goes. Anyway, because I still think it's to do with this frame rate business, I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna just do it in 50 Hz if I have to for the final stage. But hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, all that stuff, we're gonna be alright. Anyway, that's the point of this stage here, is we're blowing up these rockets, these battleships, by doing that Rocket Excel thing that I mentioned earlier. Which basically just means mash square until the thing does what it's supposed to do, because most of the time you'll just do the Sonic kick move.
Got it.
Ooh. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay, there's always a very specific section of this part that I remember. It's not that. It's... yeah, that little boost when you go over that one cannon. I don't know why. And there again, you just get a little boost. And it's pretty consistent. It just does it when you fly over there. I just remember noticing that when I used to just play this level infinitely as a kid. Oh cool, what a brilliant time. I want everybody to know that I hit that lightspeed dash blind. My video went when that happened, and I still got the timing right. I'm a little bit too proud of that. This is very Final Rush, this bit. To be honest, I don't actually know if those things can actually hit you. Even though they're shooting at you. Maybe they can on that bit. So you can jump off these whenever you want. And there's actually, you don't have to land on this one. It will just take you past, but there's a one-up over here. Alright, here we go.
Yes.
Back on track. This is where the other one would have taken me if I'd not jumped off.
Yes. Ready anytime.
That's good, that's helpful. We like that.
Yes.
It's a good way to get out of any trouble if those enemies cause my video to break again.
We're landing on the next giant battleship!
Got it.
Yeah, I do remember noticing that. The propellers always drop you off before the checkpoint. Okay, okay. Alright, not necessary. Please.
Leave it to me.
Please.
Let's go!
Okay.
Got it.
And like never.
Take this. Take this.
Leave it to me. Let's go! Whee! Dave!
Yes.
Okay! Dave!
Yes.
Let's go! Whee! Let's whee! Let's go!
Here we go. Yeah. Got it. Take this.
And here comes another one. But I can't be bothered with him. Because I think... Is this the end of the stage? Or just do one more? Oh no, it's not the end of the stage. Yes it is.
Let Sonic take care of this.
Yeah, there's no ring in this stage. It's just the end of the stage now.
Yes.
Really cool way for it to end, in my opinion. I always thought this was cool. Even though it's... I do always remember noticing that it's very clearly the stage isn't actually moving under you. But that's because I was a tedious child who noticed this kind of thing.
That was tight.
Again, that's a low score for an A rank on one of the final stages of the game. So now we're on to the final main stage of the game. Final Fortress.
This must be Eggman's headquarters.
Jump into the JPEG.
How
Let's
does
go.
this thing stay afloat? Doesn't matter. Let's take it down.
Leave it to me. Let's go!
So this stage is really long and honestly kind of annoying. It's got good music. You know, it kind of goes without saying at this point, but
Let's go!
it's quite droning music.
Cannons are aiming our way. Watch for those target markers.
Ah, sorry, I have to destroy the cannons and they've got switches under them.
Take this.
Oh, or springs rather.
Level up.
Let's go! Whee! Dave!
Yes.
Yeah, this is essentially not the stage if you're
Here we go.
if you're not on board with the combat mechanics. And there's an argument that suggests you maybe shouldn't have to be on board with the combat mechanics because, not really, you know, it's still a Sonic game, right?
Dave! 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 Dave!
Got it.
Yeah, so now I've knocked him over and his helmet's come off, and now I've exposed his weak point. And at this point, I think you can just damage him like a normal one of these. But you can see it's a little bit tedious to fight these guys. And this stage loves to do the sort of classic kind of lazy difficulty gambit of just throwing like 3 of the same enemy at you.
Hop on that pole and do the tornado jump.
I remember that voice line in particular because the rest of this game doesn't call it the tornado jump. When it gets introduced to you, they just call it the blue tornado. Like, Sonic has the triangle jump, and Knuckles has a triangle dive. And I think there's a point in the game as well where they could, like, maybe get those confused as well. But yeah, tornado jump is, I guess, where you jump off a platform and do it. Yeah, so now we have variants, much like with the big armored guys in Mystic Mansion. Now it's the second part of this stage, we have these yellow guys who are, unlike the armored guys, they're pretty much the same, they just they take more hits. But they all die to a single team blast, it's fine.
Thought it would actually self-destruct. It's blown to pieces.
Wonder why it's self-destructing.
Yeah. So again, much like the last stage, the actual objective, as far as what the characters are doing here, is just destroying the big base.
Watch out for large laser blasts from those cannons!
Yeah, this is
Yellow laser.
really important that your tails for this one, because it is going to make you, yeah, jump across.
Here we go.
Okay, can we hit that? Oh, I never normally get these. I always forget about them, but... Wow. Okay, I didn't even press a button there. I wasn't even doing anything. But that's fine. It doesn't take it back that far. Well, I guess then the next time, don't even bother hitting that one.
It's blown to pieces.
Wonder why it's self-destructing.
Well, that's a bit of a Sonic Heroes moment, to be honest, because it will just kind of throw you in a random direction and just be like, what, you didn't expect that?
Leave it to me.
What was that bright light? Giant laser cannons? Yellow laser, look out! Here we go! Hey Sonic, hop on that pole and do the tornado jump.
Yeah, okay, so this is like why you want to hit it, because then you don't have to fight us go. Oh my god.
Press the switch on to activate the fan!
Yes, I'm aware. I'd love to. Do you want to make yourself actually like vulnerable? There you go.
Turn on the switch to activate the fan.
I've never been a big fan of this stage. It's kind of where like every problem with this game really properly shows up. Like every single problem in this game is just like exemplified in this one stage. You know, clumsy combat, required sort of movement mechanics that don't really work as smoothly as they want them to. Instant deaths, rail grinding, including jumping from rail to rail.
This is all Knuckles!
It's all a bit tedious. But it's worse than that. It's boring. That's the same word. That's how boring it is. It makes me repeat myself. This is the one I was thinking of earlier, where the gimmick, you just destroy all these and then figure out which ones have the switches under them. Just turn the fan on. And I knew that was going to happen. I used my Team Blast already. Oh, these are the normal ones though. They don't have helmets.
There's robots everywhere. Time to party.
Your attack is mounting! Keep your guard up!
I'll destroy everything that comes my way.
Leave it it to me! Chase! Chase! Let's go! Chase! 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 Let's go! Chase! Chase!
Got it! Take this!
Yeah, this is actually faster.
Take this!
Level up!
Take this!
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there on the team blast.
Ready?
Right, when it doesn't matter.
Level up!
What's that done? Do I want to be over here? I think I might do. Yeah, I do. That made this appear. So yeah, I mean, Knuckles, what are you doing? Okay, there you go. Bloody hell. And yeah, there's sort of the classic kind of 3D Sonic moment where it's like, don't touch the controller when it's trying to send you somewhere.
Level up! Leave it to me! Got it!
I'm facing backwards. I can't. If I speed up, it'll make me slow down because I'm facing the wrong way. And I dare not jump.
There's robots everywhere!
Okay.
Time to party!
Their attack is mounting! Keep their guard up!
I'll just
Yeah, whatever.
flash away!
I'm pleased to have skipped one part of that anyway. It might still mean that we have to.
There they are!
Oh, can I do it? Can I do it in time?
Leave
Yes.
them to me, Sonic.
Yeah! Level up!
Level up!
Chase!
And now I've got to figure out how to shoot this. Oh, come on, you hit that. There you go.
Take this! Take this! Yeah! There's more? Blast away!
Now it's getting frame rate issues on top of everything else. My console's going to explode in a second, man.
Level up! That was close.
That was one heck of a battle!
No problem. Piece of cake.
Now I think this might be the end.
Yellow laser fired! Leave it to
Actually,
me!
that was dangerous. It's never really worth your time trying to move to a... Like, I was trying to move to that rail in mid-air. It's a miracle I survived that, genuinely.
It's the blue laser. It's the red laser.
Yeah, so you can see what the gimmick, sort of, with this section is here. Is it fires different colour lasers.
Only 4 lasers? A hero's welcome.
1, 2, 3! 4 laser cannons! We better watch out!
Even with 4 laser cannons, that's still not enough to stop us. It's the blue laser. It's the red laser.
Let's go! Whee!
Okay, right. Yeah, like, there's never been a more important sort of occasion to switch to Tails as to avoid that. And then, yeah, stand on that, and the thing just... boom. And we're over here for some reason. I don't know how we got over here, but there we go. End of the level. Oh my god, that was really annoying. One more boss. And then we can be done. Remember how I started this really optimistic? I'm pleased you know, if we've made it this far, we can bloody well finish it off.
I didn't use all my strength.
Yeah. That seems appropriate. Ah, sweet, we've got 20 emblems. Now we can play battle stages. See, that's the reason for collecting emblems if you don't care about getting 100%, is it? For every 20 emblems, you unlock a new mode in the two-player mode. So when you start, you only have the quick race, but now we have the battle mode, which is just like the rubbish little team battles, but you can do it like against somebody, which is completely pointless.
This time you won't get away.
If you ever wanted to spam the tornado moves.
This looks like checkmate, Doctor.
Enough of this! Sonic, Tails, Knuckles! Time to meet your maker!
I'll show you what real evil is. The subtitles miss the word "you."
This is it, guys. Don't hold anything back.
Okay.
No worries.
Level up.
Level up.
Take this! Got this! Take this! Take this! Charge!
Level up.
Whoa, I don't know how I didn't take damage from that, but I'll take it. Oh, what? I had rings! Ah.
I'll show you what real evil is!
This is it, guys. Don't hold anything back.
Okay.
No worries.
Level up.
Yeah, basically, you don't want to get ahead of him. Because he's more dangerous when he does his like charge move.
Charging once there's enough distance. We must chase it and remember not to get left behind. Level up.
Yeah, so essentially what you're the best technique here is to build up your team blast by doing like thunder shoots over and over again. As you can imagine, doing essentially the screen nuke is a pretty surefire way of dealing lots of damage to a boss that's got a lot of health. And my video is cutting out on the final boss. Come on. Oh my god. Please, please, please. Oh my god, okay. This won't kill him in one hit.
Blast away! Yeah!
Take this! Take this! Take this! Take this!
But yeah, doing the sonic cooldown move afterwards is a decent way of getting some more hits in. I don't know exactly how long it takes him before he gives up, and I almost certainly get another hit. Or get hit again, I should say. As far as I know, this is what's supposed to be happening right now. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Come on, please. It's probably going to be a little bit easier now that Tails has some level ups. Now Tails can actually do some damage.
All right. Yes.
Take this! Take this! Take this!
We're the stars of this party.
The three of us are unbeatable.
Let's see what you've got.
It's not over yet, troublesome fools!
Look out, Dave! Look out!
God, I'm getting like a pain in my neck, literally, from like doing this. I'm like, I'm so tense. And not even because like it's a difficult boss. I'm just like, I just want it to be over.
I can smell victory.
Get up, Eggman!
Time to pay, Eggman.
I won't go down that easy!
Oh my god! Every time the video dies, it's like it looks like the fucking like controllers explode. You know, the game's exploding. It's insane. It's really bad when it happens in the middle of something like that.
Look out! Level up!
For reasons that I hope are obvious.
Leave it to me.
Okay, this should be the last little bit. I'm not taking any chances though.
Yes. Yes.
Take this! Take this!
Yes.
Take this! Take this!
Yes.
Oh, we're actually. Oh my god, we're actually hitting him. Yes, that's time. GDQ, hit the time. We beat Team Sonic's story in 2.5 hours.
All right!
PS2 European version, any percent with loading issues and capture card issues. It's a new world record. First try.
You're finished, Eggman!
Oh my god. The reason for that to be so painful. I need to like test this more before I actually do it. If I'd known that this was going to be all flickery and I was going to be in such jeopardy with the loading. I mean, look, the loadings, again, we've got one more cutscene to go, maybe two. But the loading's been alright after the first stage.
Boy, talk about cutting it close.
Oh, he'd like stand up.
Not really. Come on, tell me you weren't scared. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had a chance.
Wouldn't have had a chance.
Thanks, Knuckles.
Oh god.
You too, Tails.
Sonic's eye is moving around in his head like that. Oh my god, his eyes are moving like independently of each other. What a freak.
Later, guys. I'm out of here.
Get back here!
Well, Pusa Yuji Naka. Okay, there you go. I was right about Yuji Naka having a hand in this. Okay, that's Sonic. That was Sonic Heroes. It's... Yeah, I've not finished the game, to be clear. As I've said already, to finish the game, you have to do what I've just done 3 more times, the exact same stages in the exact same order. Team Dark is the hard mode, Team Rose is the easy mode, Team Chaotix makes you do weird missions on every stage. You don't have to get 7 Chaos Emeralds. Luckily, only they're shared between all the teams, so you don't have to get you don't have to do the special stages 4 times at least. And then you fight one more boss, which is, you know, just as janky as all the rest of the bosses have been. But there you go. That's one of the games of Christmas past. Sonic Heroes, a game that I got for Christmas in 2004. I thought it was the greatest game of all time when I was little. And every time I play it, I end up getting quite annoyed about it. It's how it goes for a lot of Sonic games that I claim to really like. I play them and I'm like, actually this is like unacceptable. But some things never leave you. I feel like I didn't make too many embarrassing mistakes, at least. I feel like that was the sort of gameplay you might expect from somebody who played this game a lot, sort of 15 or more years ago. Fighting with technology the whole way, both old and new. That's what you come here for. You come here for the authenticity of playing these games clearly as originally intended. How, you know, the creator's intentions is for this game to be blown up to an HD TV, playing through a capture card that doesn't like the frame rate changing. It's what they had in mind when they were designing it. But overall, I still have fun with most of the game. I don't like the final stage, I don't like the final boss, I don't really like any of the bosses, to be honest. At best, they're just distractions that get in the way. But, you know, stages like... I mean, the first few stages, basically, all have, like, something to offer in their own sort of way, I think. The music's incredible. Try another story. I was going to say I had this artwork as a poster, and I didn't actually. But I used to just look at that artwork quite a lot. To me, that's kind of still the default way all the Sonic characters look. You know, when I think about how they look, I think about those renders. So here we go. We're back on the Team Select. We've got Team Sonic, Dark, Rose, and Chaotix. The last story then comes out to the side like this. It's to the right of Team Chaotix. And so we now unlock the challenge mode where we can go through and play any of these stages again. This is the final boss that we unlock when we get the Chaos Emeralds. It shows it on the challenge mode so that you know to expect it later. But yeah, this is where you can see all our ranks that we got on our run here. You see we got a Chaos Emerald in each second stage. And then obviously we haven't got anything then in the other stages. What have we got in the extras? That's right, sound test, or you can watch the cutscenes. I'm not going to press the On the Chow tutorial button. But yeah, that's Sonic Heroes. That's my experience with Sonic Heroes for a lot of the time I used to play it anyway. Playing through each stage as Team Sonic, to be honest. I think you can pretty much, if that was all that this game was, I think it would be much better remembered. Because most of it is a lot of fun. Now it's okay. Yeah, this is the music video for the main theme. Yeah. Oh, this is so cool. Crush 40. What legends. I used to... when I used to play this game with my sister, we learnt all the words to the songs, and we would just sing the songs as well. We still sing this song to each other occasionally. How can you not, man? I don't know if she wants me to have told that story, but whatever. So, I think the Sonic Mega Collection Plus has like a version of, like a pre-release version of this cutscene, or this music video, I suppose. Like when some of the CG isn't done yet. I used to watch that quite a lot as well. That's why I nearly streamed that as well. I was like, yeah, I want to stream some Sonic. I nearly streamed like the PS2 Mega Collection version of Sonic 1. Maybe I'll do that at some point later. Maybe I'll do Simpsons Hit and Run next time I do one of these. Either way, I will be testing my games a little bit more before I stream them, because we came close to a disaster when the game nearly froze on the first couple of stages there. But we managed to hold it together. And aside from getting a little bit mad when the game, or my capture card glitched out, I think that was a pretty decent, a decent time. And if you stayed this far in, I hope you've enjoyed watching this. This will maybe be a series I'll do up until Christmas very occasionally. If I decide to do some streams, I'll play some games that I got for Christmas in the past when I were a lad. Maybe I will do something that might not sort of have the tendency to break off, and I might go for some Wii games or something. That could be fun. But anyway, that's approximately a quarter of Sonic Heroes, which is all anybody needs, and it's all you're getting from me. Bye.